Well, on to our big focus this evening. Ever thought of doing your bit first for the society and earning through it? Well, it's possible, and there's a name for it: social entrepreneurship. You need to be passionate about what you do and have a strong desire for change, and of course a stomach for risk, like all entrepreneurs. All of which Akshat and Amir had when they got into recycling e-waste, a small step which goes a long way in protecting the environment. Kriti spent a day with these social entrepreneurs.
Have you ever wondered how you, sitting at home, can help the environment? Do you realize that by making a phone call and selling your electronics, you actually can help the environment? Do you want to spread some good karma?
We started, it all goes back to about 2007, 2008. When I was in America, then I stumbled upon one of America's largest electronic waste recyclers. Loved the business the moment I saw it. Saw great sort of future for not only the environment but also having profitability at its core. Got so excited that I actually called up one of my closest college friends growing up, Akshat, who is my co-founder and partner now.
When we started this business, we started going out to the slums and just researching how kabadis were recycling electronics in India. We saw rows and rows of little kids hammering these electronics in open air, releasing toxic fumes into the air, burning the motherboards and the logic boards to extract precious metals from them. When we saw all this stuff happening out in the slums, we thought, fine, there's definitely a need for these electronics to reach some kind of other destination than the slums.
And that's how Karma Recycling was born. In April 2013, 8 years after Amir and Akshat graduated from Northwestern University near Chicago. Karma Recycling is a startup that deals with the recycling of electronic waste. We often have a mobile phone or laptop lying in our house that we don't know how to dispose of, especially since it has all our data.
Once devices are collected from people's households, they're brought into Karma Recycling. The first thing that happens to these devices is that they're all barcoded and given a unique identification number. They are then taken into our engineering department, where they are looked at. If the device is in perfectly working condition and has no faults with it, then after the data wipe, the software is rebooted, the device is repackaged and resold in the market to somebody who needs a second-hand device. All the working spares are kept separately for our own use later. All the non-working spares are completely recycled, dismantled back into metals and plastics for reuse and recycling.
The organization runs on a simple philosophy. What may seem as useless to one person can transform someone else's life completely.
We have in India, wireless devices are now close to 35 million devices are being added, smartphone devices, every year in India. What has been found is that there is a very large social impact to reuse as well. Studies have found in both the West and in India that for every increase of 10% in smartphone and smart devices penetration in the country, it results in almost a percentage of economic GDP growth. The possibility to reuse devices that are taken from people's homes and given to farmers and people in tier 2, tier 4 through 7 towns, which is essentially what Karma does, lands up leading to large economic growth and possibilities for people as they come around the mobile economy.
The ability to change someone's life may sound appeasing to many, but aren't our local kabadiwalas doing the same thing? That's recycling too, isn't it?
When you go through the formal recycling channels, you ensure that this waste that is being unscientifically treated is now scientifically treated and is actually being used to generate metals, plastics that go back into the product development life cycle.
A lot of us have phones in our drawers or almiras, old laptops, old tablets. We don't know what to do with these devices. Most people will either keep them in there because they don't want to give it to a kabadi, because they're attached to that device, or because they don't know what might happen to the data within that device once it's given to someone else. You can give it to the kabadiwala, who will take it out to the slums. But in the manner in which they will recycle this electronic is extremely harmful to the environment.
That's something to think about right there. The recycling we have been doing, or thinking that we have been doing, is not recycling at all.
At Karma Recycling, we offer you a way to, we come to your house, we collect your old electronics, we assure data wipe, we send you a payment. The end of a usefulness of a device to you doesn't mean that it's completely useless to everyone else in the world.
The application of science in recycling materials is something most of us haven't thought about. Things are being done the way they have been done for years. With more electronics in our home and pocket, now more than ever, new rules must be written for reusing our electronics the best way possible.
When you go through formal recycling channels and reuse companies such as Karma, you ensure that the price in the reuse market is a barometer for manufacturers to understand how long their products are lasting.
Now that's some good karma you can do right there. In New Delhi with Nishant Atri, Kriti Mathur for NDTV.